Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Blue Archive. It's been a while since I've actually got a chance to record. I'm sorry about that. You know, I probably said in the last part that I was gonna try not to wait until like 3 weeks to do another one. Again, sorry about that, but this is actually perfect because on the 29th through the 7th, possibly the 7th, I'm not going to be doing streaming stuff, so I need some videos coming out for YouTube all throughout that week. So by the time this comes out, right now it is the 26th, so by the time this video comes out, it will most likely be on the 1st of August. So that being said, welcome to August. But today the new story content drops for Blue Archive for the peace treaty, the Eden Treaty, and so we gotta do that. First off, let me claim that. Oh man. We got some Eden Treaty stuff to do. Service unavailable in store. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Now we're just gonna wait for this thing to load. Probably should have done this before hitting the record button. Alright. New store content! Let's do it! Eden Treaty. Our stories. The Eden Treaty is quietly common, and little by little small cracks begin to form in everyone's daily lives. And each story begins to converge as a catastrophe looms. Oh boy. So there's 9 episodes in this first half. Seiya. Yurizono Seiya? I've been waiting for you, Aria's satellite school Shirasu Azusa. You were? Yes, because all this already came to me in a dream. It's difficult to explain. Precognitive. You can think of it like a prophetic dream. I have them often, dreams that become reality, as well as ones that are indistinguishable from reality. Does that mean you know what I'm going to do now? Yes, you're here to destroy my halo. Others joined you on this mission, but you're the only one who made it this far. You're quite talented, Azusa. And why didn't you run away? If you must know, it's because it would have been meaningless. Everything is in vain, just as the wise saying Arias is so fond of goes. Struggling is meaningless to someone like me who can see the future. Death isn't common in Kavotos, but it's not entirely devoid of it either. Invisible, yet clearly always with us. There's no doubt that each of us are living things. To destroy one's halo is to kill them, meaning someone out there wants me dead. And here you are. You made it all the way here and infiltrated a hidden room still undetected. You, Shirasu Azusa, are a student from the Aria Satellite School. Have you ever destroyed a halo before? No, but I don't know how to. I've been taught. Taught? A halo will shatter if they're wounded gravely enough over and over. So you can't actually like shoot it. A student in Kavotos could be shot with a dozen 5.56mm rounds, and still wouldn't cause a fatal wound. But with enough ammunition, time, and tactical superiority, destroying a halo with just a firearm isn't impossible. If someone is made to go without food or water for long enough, is suffocated for an extended period of time, loses enough blood, suffers from hypothermia or other types of illness. All are sufficient ways to destroy one's halo. As I understand it, you're particularly frail as well, Yurizono Seiya. Do you think your firearm will be enough? Under most circumstances, but I'm short on time and I don't have the tactical advantage right now. That's why I brought this bomb. I can destroy a halo immediately with this. A bomb that can shatter a halo? I've never heard of such a weapon. This must be the kind of thing Arya spends its time teaching. How to destroy halos. How to kill. Naturally, the school is a place to be taught. That's what I'm here to. That's what I'm there to learn. Isn't that right? I think I got the concept wrong. I see. So this is what Arya has become. Are you truly prepared to become a murderer, Azusa? I've seen it before. How afraid you are. Murder is murder. Whether it is something you wish it for or not, whether you had any other choice, none of it matters. It's something you can never come back from. It's something you will carry with you for as long as you remain in this world. The despair, agony, rage, regret, frustration, and helplessness you'll feel. No one will ever be able to empathize with that, and eventually those feelings will fade into nothingness, just as you will. You've been told it your whole life. Vanitas vanitum. That's the truth of the world. Yet, from what I've seen, you're a living contradiction. You simultaneously place faith in these words, but yet don't believe them. Isn't that right? It's what you were thinking to yourself as you gaze upon that flower. Even if everything is in vain, I must continue struggling. This is what at the core of your this is what's at the core of your being. The image you see when you close your eyes. I couldn't understand it at first, but now it makes perfect sense to me. You didn't come here to kill me. You came to seek advice. Advice about your struggle. Oh. Are you alright, Ghost Sensei? I must have dozed off for a bit. I feel like I had some kind of dream. I know you've been busy with this and that lately, but I'd appreciate if you'd focus a little more, a little bit. Did we even get introduced to her, Sakurako? I don't think so. Sorry about that. As I understand it, you've been volunteering to deal with the aftermath of that incident. I'm an adult. Someone has to take responsibility. Fair enough. A lot has happened in such a short amount of time. We'd be remiss not to do our due diligence. It'll undoubtedly be tedious, but that's simply the nature of a post-mortem. So, back to the beginning. Seiya's recovery room was destroyed at roughly 3 AM on the night of the attack. The first to arrive at the scene was Captain Mine of the Remedial Knights. She reported what happened to the Tea Party after grasping the situation. Even as the Tea Party fell into a panic, a concerted effort began to hide news of Seiya's death and search for the perpetrator. Captain Mine took advantage of the chaos and escaped with Seiya's body. Even the other members of her club were unsure where she went. That's as much as the Tea Party knew. In reality, Mine had only made it seem like Seiya's halo was destroyed and instead hid her somewhere safe. It was the best way to protect Seiya from another attack. No one targets a dead person. And that's true. And plus, you have a lot of advantages if people think you're dead. The Tea Party has no shortage of enemies after all. After all, the culprit could be just about anyone. I believe Mine made the right decision with that in mind. Now we know the one who orchestrated the attack was Mika. Mine had made a wise decision. However, Seiya still hasn't woken up. Her wounds from the explosion have healed, but she remains unconscious, for reasons unknown according to the captain. In conclusion, Captain Mine and Seiya are still in hiding. No one knows their location. That sums up everything we know about the attack on Yurizono Seiya. Hanako. I thought Sakurako might be boring you to tears, so I came to your rescue. I'm not in the mood for your jokes, Hanako. You're such a stick in the mud. Smile! Live a little! Take a walk on the beach. Find something dirty to read. Something tells me you'd just be the type to get into it. You haven't forgotten the pact you made, have you? Of course not. What did she do? What's this all about, Hanako? Sensei, what are you doing here? You said you made a pact with the Sisterhood. Oh, that. With all due respect, this matter isn't any of your or Shell's concern, Sensei. I advise the Makeup Word Club, so Hanako is still my student. Goodness. I'm sorry. This is all my fault. Mari. It was a deal. Hanako asked for my help in persuading Sakurako. And in exchange, I asked Hanako to change her mind about dropping out of school. It was the only way! I couldn't understand how Hanako felt or talk her out of dropping out. All I wanted was for her to stay at the academy, even if it meant being selfish. You weren't, Mari. You don't need to be ashamed or apologize. If anyone was selfish, it was me for making you worry like that. I'm sorry, Mari. Hanako. Rest assured that dropping out is the furthest thing from my mind now. Really? Do you mean it? Absolutely. I learned a lot while in the Makeup Work Club, including the value of struggling and pushing myself just a little bit more. Isn't that right, Sensei? Yeah, you can do this. I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you both. Happy endings. However, that alone won't suffice. Sakurako? I have a request of my own to make of you, Hanako. That's... You're not gonna tell me? Fuck. How devious! I still can't believe you asked for my help in creating a school rule that prohibits clothing in classrooms. All new lessons only. I'm glad you remember. I beg your pardon? To think the Sisterhood had such naughty ambitions. I shouldn't have expected anything less of you, Sakurako. This truly is an organization shrouded in mystery. Oh boy. I thought the clause might allow Sisterhood members to still wear a veil while nude was a nice touch, though. Completely exposed with nothing on but a veil. My, what a daring way to show off the Sisterhood's privileges. Excuse me? I gave you my word, so I have no choice but to cooperate with this plan of yours. I'll make sure this rule is passed even if it's the last thing I do. However, I can't go along with the favoritism of your veil exception creates. So I propose an addendum that allows all those other students to wear still wear socks. Make that one concession, and I promise that your rule will pass. Sakurako, you've been keeping this from the entire time? Of course I haven't. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. The exchange for granting your request was that you grant one of ours as well. Oh, that. Now I remember. As much as I'd like to request that you agree to join the Sisterhood, that wouldn't be fair. I would basically be coercing you. We decided to change our non-interventionism policy after this most recent incident. The Sisterhood will be more involved in Trinity's politics than before, at least for the foreseeable future. There are sure to be a lot of growing pains in that regard, and having the help of someone as talented as you could help alleviate them. I suppose I could do that. Why so hesitant? I hope you still aren't thinking of that fabricated proposal you said I made. I think Hanako should reserve the right to say no when she wants to. Sensei. So that's it. Yes, I can agree to that. We should count ourselves fortunate that you're willing to help at all. I won't push my luck by asking you to do any more than you're comfortable with. Thank you, Sakurako. Let's get back to the matter at hand, though. We were discussing the nude attendance matter, obviously. Precisely, the nudity poly. No! We were discussing the matter of surrounding Seiya. Right. Oh, he's Hanako's still the same. She hasn't changed. Okay, getting serious. We already know that the one who attacked Seiya was our little Azusa. Shirasu Azusa. Oh shit. No, I clicked on OBS. What the fuck did I click on? No! I don't know what I clicked. Seiya's room was destroyed at 3 AM on the night of the attack, but records indicate the infiltration should have been around 2 AM. Meaning the intruder, Azusa, was with Seiya for about an hour. What could have happened between the two of them within that time window? Azusa hasn't told me. However... Please enter, Shirasu Azusa. This is what Seiya said. If the long-standing dispute between Gehenna and Trinity can be resolved through the Eden Treaty, then perhaps Arius' troubles can be addressed next. She also said the treaty was the only way to solve Trinity's deep-rooted issues. And if Arius succeeded in destroying the Tea Party's halos, then war would break out in Kavotos. Seiya asked if that was what I truly wanted. I see. What I can say for certain is that we don't see eye to eye, Shirasu Azusa. I'm familiar with the fifth koan. I know better than anyone the fallacy of trying to prove the existence of paradise. But something this. If you wish to continue struggling in the face of catastrophe, then I will help. I'll lend you my wisdom, though I can make no promises about whether it will lead you. And then you destroyed the room. It was necessary to stage Seiya's death. Arius needed to be deceived as well. Seiya personally chose the Remedial Knight's captain to lead the cover-up. She told me I could leave the rest to her. I fled after the room was destroyed. Once the dust settled and intel about the incident began to spread, Squad was under the impression that I succeeded. That's everything I know about that night. I've been in the dark ever since. I had no idea that Seiya was still unconscious. Her injuries have healed at least. Her being comatose remains a mystery. Do you claim to be unaware that the plan to attack Seiya was originally devised by Mika? Mika completely obfuscated her involvement. There would have been no way for a foot soldier like Azusa to know. Yeah, we know Azusa, and she's no murderer. She even tried to save Nagisa's life after everything she did to us. I understand that. It's simply my job to ask questions like these. No, it's okay. I'll be fine. The one who gave me my orders was Zome Sari, the leader of Squad. Correct. Shirasu Azusa then transferred to Trinity with the covert objective of protecting Nagisa. That much is clear. Along the way, she and the Makeup Work Club even passed their evaluation exam. That's showing she knows how to get results. I can't find any fault with her personally. Therefore, I'll take responsibility and authenticate her documents. No one should have any objection to her enrollment with the Sisterhood vouching for her. Thank you, Sakurako. We owe you one. This officially makes Shirasu Azusa a Trinity student. There is still unfinished business, especially where the Arius Satellite School is concerned. But all the urgent fires have been extinguished for now. Job well done, everyone. Especially to you, Hanako and Sensei. Why, thank you. I do like this music, though. Blue Archive has some great music, and this is, this is pretty good. I have other matters to attend to, so I'll be taking my leave. Let's go, Mari. Yes. Would you mind having another chat with me when things settle down a little more? It'll be our pleasure. Phew, at least the situation with Azusa's involvement has been cleared up. You did good, Hanako. Same to you, but there's still so much more to be done. Especially as far as Nagisa and Mika are concerned. Oh, speaking of which, I heard Hifumi met with her not too long ago. With Nagisa? Yeah, that's what she told me. I guess they had a lot to clear the air about. I mean, that's understandable. Hifumi. Hi, Nagisa. You're looking well. Have you lost weight? I asked you here to issue a formal apology, Hifumi. I'm sorry for doubting you. Oh, that. I could hardly blame you for grabbing a cup of tea and pouring it over my head right now, considering everything I put you through. To think I had you pegged as the leader of a mass criminal organization. That couldn't possibly be true. I don't know why I thought such nonsense. I mean, she's not the leader, but she did take part of it with the Mass Mizuki gang. She doesn't want to admit it because she was involved. She was actually involved. I completely understand if you chose not to forgive me. In fact, I don't expect you to. No, that's not it. I'll be fine, I think. Yeah, there were times where it really hurt, but it was just a misunderstanding that's been cleared up now. It's not like I considered hating you or anything like that. You don't have to say anything else. I'll be fine. I don't think I could ever be as forgiving as you. Or forgiving. You're such an interesting girl, Hifumi. Me? That's funny. Funny, huh? It was a funny fantasy thinking we were really friends. Nagisa? I'm fine. A little bit of tea slipped down the wrong pipe, that's all. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. She's throwing cups! I'm glad the misunderstanding is cleared up, but it looks like the joke I played on Nagisa may have gone a little too far. Nagisa has also been meeting with others to issue proper apologies for everything that had happened. Huh. She even gave one to me, and I told her I was sorry for being such a troublemaker. She's no longer wallowing in doubt and paranoia, but I also think she's lost a bit of her edge. I'm kind of worried about her. Yeah, so am I. And Mika, too. You are? I've been wanting to ask you what you think of her motives, actually. I wonder why I'm doing this, Sensei. Because I hate Gehenna. I sincerely loathe Gehenna Academy from the depths of my heart. It's hard to know what their relationship was truly like from the outside looking in, but Nagisa and Mika were supposed to be childhood friends. Opposites attract, as they say. Nagisa was always diligent and overly cautious, whereas Mika was the free-spirited, spontaneous one. Maybe they drifted apart and weren't as close as they seemed. But it still shocked me to hear Mika would betray Nagisa just because of her hatred of Gehenna. That's why I arranged to meet up with her through the sisterhood. Though when I went to see her, someone else was already there first. Wow, it's Nagi! Welcome! Hello, Mika. How have you been? Staying comfortable? Hardly, but it could be worse. At least I was thrown into a tiny cell underground. Then you let me have a TV. I have pretty much everything I could ever need. I really didn't think I'd end up here. Well, not right now, at least. The timing is really poor. Agreed. I never saw it coming. Isn't life beautifully unpredictable? At least that's how I feel. It must be awkward trying to meet with her after she tried to kill her. I really didn't think you'd come, Nagi. It's gotta be an awkward meetup. I thought I'd never see you again. Please, you know that we're inseparable whether we like it or not. You're right. It's been that way ever since we were little girls. So why'd you come? Couldn't have been to interrogate me. They've been putting me through the ringer enough as it is already. Whatever it is, it must be important if you came all the way here in person. It's about Aria's squad. The Covert Special Operations Unit organized by Aria, Student Council President. What more do you want to know? I've already said everything I know during my interrogation. From how I got into contact with Arias to the roles of each squad member. Yes, I'm aware. Do you think I'm still hiding something? Want to torture it out of me? I've heard the Sisterhood is a big fan of that kind of stuff. Those were the former council's methods, but not the sisterhood's. Something so inhumane would never be tolerated in today's day and age. I know. You hate things like that. I was only messing with you. I know this must sound weird coming from me, but is Arius really a big deal anymore? They don't have access to more troops, weapons, or supplies without me backing them. Even if Squad still has it out for Trinity, isn't the Justice Task Force more than capable of handling them and any of the remaining soldiers from the Arius Satellite School? Yes, that's been taken into consideration already. Arius shouldn't be a threat as far as the Eden Treaty is concerned. I thought so. Oh, and for the record, I did try to find the location of their district, but it wasn't easy. The only person who knows how to enter it is Sari, the leader of Squad. If you really want to know, you could always ask Azusa. She may have betrayed them, but she was still an Arius student. Normally I could, but... Oh, I get it. She's under Shale's protection now, isn't she? You really did get on Sensei's bad side, huh, Nagi? Now you're too uncomfortable to ask for a favor. Sensei's allegiances are with the students, so they're not going to do anything that would put Azusa in jeopardy. The two of you probably haven't seen much... The two of you probably haven't seen each other since everything that happened, have you? It's written all over your face. You can't bring yourself to face Sensei after being so harsh. Even you can be a bashful young lady, Nagi. Not that I don't know what it feels like. Sensei has come to visit a lot. It was hard having to decline each time. Well, I'm stuck here either way. I guess Sensei could use Shale's sway to force a meeting, but they would never do that. Which somehow makes it even more annoying. They never quite do what you want them to. I tried leaking all the information, but it still didn't faze Sensei. Things would have been so much simpler if Sensei had just believed one of us and did as they were told. Or had they simply leaked everything I said, I wouldn't be in this predicament. Well, either way, don't you think everything turned out for the best? The real traitor is imprisoned. RS is hardly a threat. And now the intrigue can be signed as planned. You can finally find the peace you've been longing for, Nagi. Such a happy ending. Isn't that nice? No, it's not. What do you have to be happy about, Mika? You're the traitor. You tried to destroy my halo. And for what? Because you hate Gehenna? You're willing to kill a friend you've known for most of your life over something as petty as that? And say it too. Why? I was terrified when word of Seiya's supposed death reached me. I couldn't help but think I was next. She is the wisest of us, and even has prophetic dreams that she's used to her advantage, knowing that Trinity is more dangerous than her. That's why she was targeted first. And given your political prowess, I assumed I was next. What was that supposed to mean? Anyway, I knew everything would fall on your shoulders. If something were to happen to me, if something were to happen to me, and I couldn't let that happen. I was desperate to find the culprit before it came to that. I didn't want you to be left all alone. I didn't want you to be hurt either. But who could be behind it? Gehenna? The General Student Council? Or that girl from Millennium? Perhaps that tyrant from Red Winter? Or maybe the Dark Monarch of Shanhajin? Or was there a traitor in our midst? It seemed unthinkable, but then again. And then I... Slow down, Miyagi. It isn't that complicated. I hate Gehenna, so much that I was willing to kill a dear old friend, alright? Is that really all there is to it? There wasn't some kind of mistake or misunderstanding or subconscious belief that you couldn't control, or... What other reason could there be? This is why I always liked you, Nagi. You're just so pure. Pure and naive. There's nothing you're missing. I tried to kill Seiya, and then you. That's all there is to it. You know how extreme I can be when it comes to my likes and dislikes. I just can't get along with those scum from Gehenna. I don't want to link arms with them and pretend to be friends. Doesn't it make your skin crawl just having to coexist in the same city with them? And that's why you formed an alliance with Arius? Obviously. What else was a murderer like me supposed to do? Even if Seiya was still alive, I was still the one who tried to kill her. That isn't going to change. And you never even realized it, Nagi. But how did you know me for so long without realizing the truth? You should know the answer to that better than I do. Because we're strangers at the end of the day. We put up so many walls between us that there's no way we could ever truly know one another. I'll be leaving now, Mika. Take care, Nagi. Sorry I can't walk you home. Oh boy. It's a complicated relationship. Why lie to her like that? I sure do have a lot of visitors today. So, you're next, huh, Hanako? Yes, but this isn't a personal visit. I'm here on business. That makes sense. Since you didn't enter with Nagi, then you're here on the Sisterhood's behalf. Following their orders now. Not that it matters to me either way. Anyway, what were you talking about just now? What? I wasn't lying. I've been performing a post-mortem investigation on your actions based on all the information I've received from the Sisterhood. In other words, I've been analyzing what Misiono Mika's motive was. Wow, how daring to admit that right in front of the person in question. A little tasteless, too. You tried to destroy the Eden Tree because of your hatred of Gehenna. That much is clear. What I don't know is who goaded you into that decision, or why you ultimately teamed up with Arius to become a new host. Your initial plan was to simply abduct Seiya and hold her captive. Really, that's all that needs to happen for the title of the host to change hands. But Arius Squad had different plans. They were out to destroy Seiya's halo from the very beginning. That isn't where the story ends, though. You were initially told that Seiya was dead, and I'm guessing that's when you began to have a mental breakdown. You likely fell into a panic. You became a murderer in your own mind, and nothing was going to convince you otherwise. There was no turning back. You weren't going to stop until you achieved what you set out to do. What other choice was there? You must have been wallowing in despair and driven by destructive impulse. Hold on just a second. Don't you know it's rude to psychologically analyze someone straight to their face? I was the one who gave the order to kill Seiya, and I was the one who stabbed my childhood friend Nagi in the back. Despair? Impulsive? What are you talking about? Are you an idiot? No, but I do have a very good memory. Destroying her halo wasn't part of the plan, though. Give me a little credit, I'm not a murderer. It's all because of that little mishap that things have gotten out of hand like this. Get it? I can't turn back now because of that. Because of you. There are a few other things that don't add up. I was under the impression there really was a trail out there, but I didn't think she would reveal herself then and there. After all, that would mean throwing away her biggest advantage, anonymity. No strategist would choose to do that. It doesn't make any sense. That is one regret I had. I really goofed that one up. You didn't let me finish. It didn't make any sense. Unless you're afraid that Arius was going to kill Nagisa too. Isn't that right? You're afraid that they would kill her like they did Seiya. So, hand her over. I promise not to kill her. She may have to spend the rest of her life in school life in confinement, but it won't be so bad. You're stronger than you're giving credit for, Mika. Sure, you prove you're just as strong in combat as someone like the Justice Task Force's president, but it's more than that. I did my best to keep my composure during our confrontation, but in reality, I knew how precarious the situation was. I had to be prepared for the worst-case scenario, that even the Sisterhood would be forced to retreat. But then you surrendered. You were resigned after hearing that Seiya was still alive. Enough. What are you trying to say? Are you taking pity on me? Will you claim I never meant a single word I said, or that I didn't intend for all those terrible things to happen? That I was just a confused, stupid little girl who made a bad choice or two? You're so funny, knocking on Hanako. Absolutely hilarious. It really isn't that complicated. I'm just a traitor. A murderer who sold all her friends and allies to hold on to a grudge in her twisted, treacherous heart. I'm not trying to hide that fact anymore. I deserve to be hated after everything I did. Even if I did have some other underlying motives, well, how would you ever know for sure? The truth as you know it can only be what you see. So denying what's right in front of you makes you blind. Isn't that right, Hanako? Why desperately cling to something you can't possibly prove? I just wanted to say, how is Seiya doing right now? You two were close, weren't you? Are you sure she's safe? Was the real lie that she was dead all along? If that's not the case, then why can't I see her? You wouldn't just torment me with lies like that, would you? That's so malicious. Maybe you're the one we need to be suspicious of. I'll be going now, Mika. I won't share my speculations with anyone else. Not even Nagisa. Do whatever fancies you. It doesn't really concern me. I will. And I'll keep all this from Ghost Sensei, too. That's what you deserve for betraying for Sensei, isn't it? Take care, Mika. Maybe despicable, but you're downright cruel, Hanako. So much for keeping quiet about it. That's what she said. I just wanted to tease her a little bit, but I may have gone too far again. I should apologize to her sometime for losing my composure like that. For now, I think that sums up everything we know about the incident. Mika despises Jinya so much that she conspired against her fellow Tea Party members. She ordered the attack on Seiya, which Squad carried out. That was when Azusa tried to destroy the room which Seiya was staying in. Each party was acting with their own motives in mind. The end result was them stepping on each other's toes due to constant distrust and misunderstandings. That's how we arrived where we are now. That's everything we know, Sensei. It still feels like something's missing. Could this have started with Mika wanting to tease Seiya? Where's this coming from? It's a bit of an extreme thought experiment, but in that case... let's consider Mika's personality first. Everyone knows Mika and politics don't mix, and despite the recent revelation, that seems to hold true. She's the type to act before weighing the pros and cons. It could be that she was looking to get back at Seiya for always admonishing her and treating her like a child. Admittedly, Seiya is the type that can push people's buttons sometimes. Still, if Mika was just looking for a little friendly revenge, why involve Arius? It just doesn't make it seem realistic. Actually, had she used that excuse, I would have called it too convenient. Maybe. Don't tell me you're conceding on that idea already. But what if Mika really did want to reconcile with Arius? You're proposing that she approached Arius in the hope of reconciling. All he did was take advantage of her. They used her hatred of Gehenna against her. No, what you really mean is, it's impossible to know Mika's true intentions from the outside looking in. Can we prove anyone has ever reached paradise? The fifth koan. Those who reach paradise cannot be found and should not exist outside of paradise. Therein lies the paradox of trying to prove paradise's existence. In other words, how can you prove someone else's sincerity? That's right. If we could truly understand someone else's perspective, it wouldn't be theirs anymore. In which case, it would be impossible to prove their sincerity. In this analogy, paradise would be the sincerity of others. Is that what you mean to say? That may be. It's impossible to touch someone's heart directly. We can't prove the sincerity it holds, just as we can't prove anyone has ever reached paradise. It's a paradox, through and through, so it's impossible to know anyone's true intentions? Seemingly. There's no point trying to prove the impossible. That's why you have to have faith. You have to believe in paradise, or you have to put trust in others. I suppose you're right. That's how you've always been, Sensei. Even from the very beginning when there was so much doubt swirling and so many lies. You're even fair to Mika and Nagisa. You're the kind of person who will always trust their students, even if it leads to betrayal, right? I do my best to sympathize with them, even if it comes to that. Why? How can you be so understanding? The sensei's job to trust the students, or adults have a responsibility to lead by example. I mean, these are both kind of true. Let us go with this one. I have faith that those two will make up someday, or I have hope Nagisa and Mika can open up to each other. I have faith. That seems like a better response. Maybe not now, but someday surely. Oh god, there's 3 choices now. Oh, we're branching out. Maybe once the ancient has been put to rest, I'd like to bring them together and talk. Hopefully all of us can bury the hatchet and move on. Let's go this one. I think that's a wonderful idea. I'd like for all of us to get together once all this is over. There's no reason we shouldn't keep struggling to reach one another, right? It's the only thing we can do. You're absolutely right. To be continued. God, we're 40. What comes next? I don't know. Oh, jeez. Well, that's an introduction. Tsurugi is at the top of her game today. And here I was feeling a little tired. I don't have any excuses if the president's still so fired up. I'll follow her example and work even harder. What are you doing? Vice President Hasumi, come in. Supply tank has been stolen from campus. Huh? What did you just say? We're short-handed at the moment and could use a backup. Now the thief is using it to drift around corners. Amazing! We have our hands full at the moment. I believe Koharu should be able to provide backup, however. Wait, no. I forgot she's out sick today with a cold. Technically, her paperwork to transfer back from the Make-Up Work Club hasn't gone through yet. I'll take care of this and go back to the campus. Now she's gone crazy! Actually, I think we can both leave this in Tsurugi's hands. I'll accompany you. What is she doing? Blowing shit up? Sounds like it. Oh, hello. What's she doing? Hanako, what are you doing? What's the matter, Hinata? Why are you standing so close behind me? I can feel you're on my back. Goodness, what a predicament. Uh-oh. Hanako, something troubling you? Oh, it's nothing. I've been taking care of the Sisterhood's paperwork for the last few days when I couldn't be doing other things. It's only a teensy bit frustrating. You're kind of scaring me right now. Hanako. The campus pervert. Who the fuck's this guy? Makoto? So you're the sensei person from Shale? Well then, this is the pleasant surprise. Hi. You're Chihena's student council president? Indeed I am. You've made a wise decision to come into the chair of the Pandemonium Society. Come again? Think about it. Should the Pandemonium Society and Shale join forces, then the prefect team will never be able to stand in the way of the progress again. It's quite a logical decision. If you've already calculated that far ahead, then what further is there to discuss? You know, you should really wait to have those kinds of conversations until after I leave the room. Makoto, please try not to make this conversation any more awkward. Shale Sensei has been asked to mediate the Eden Treaty signing. They're only here to have a formal greeting. Then what about our partnership? What partnership? You've only just met. What were you expecting of them? Yes, that makes perfect sense. Very well then. The fun will have to wait for the next time we meet, Sensei. Alright, let's get going, Aroa. What? Already? Everything alright, Akko? Oh. Well, more or less. I never expected you to be involved with the Eden Treaty. Does that mean you'll be also be making formal greetings at Trinity? Already taken care of. What? Since when? Are you saying I've been out of the loop? But I'm the prefect team's senior administrator. I've been so busy preparing for the treaty, I can't believe I'd lose track of your every move so carelessly like this. Just calm down. You're right. Our president has told me the same lately. Speaking of Hina, where is she? She has business to attend to elsewhere. She's not at the academy right now. The head prefect has been busy as ever, though things may finally slow down for her once the Eden Treaty is signed. So, your business here is done now, yes? I can show you out. Oh, there she is! No, I'll do that. President? I thought you were away for the campus. I was, but I managed to take care of things early. I'm sure you have other work to do, so let me take care of Sensei. Right, as you wish. Follow me, Sensei. So, Sensei, how go things at Trinity? Still a lot of work to be done. I also have to do a lot to do after the Eden Treaty is signed. Still a lot of work to be done. Could I bother you for the specifics? I recall everything you told me on the bridge, but I also felt there were things you were leaving out. Not that I blame you, of course. I would expect more transparency if you were dealing with an academy like Abydos again, but I'm sure you had your reasons given this is Trinity we're discussing. I thought it was transparent. Want to know more about the swimsuit symposium? That's not what I was referring to. Well, anyway, the truth is all a matter of perspective. There can be more than one. Those were your words. Trinity being betrayed at all is just one perspective's truth. Maybe that's not the perspective you want to hold. If that's the case, then you'll have to hold a different perspective and grasp another truth, because you must really trust those girls. But I trust you more than anyone, Hina. Where did that come from? You've already told me. Once was enough. Seriously. Take care on your way home, Sensei. Have you told Akko about your plans to retire? No, not outwardly. You're the only one I've told, but it wouldn't surprise me if Akko suspects it. It really isn't something to make a big deal over. I'm just tired and need time to rest, that's all. Let's leave it at that. Again, it's unimportant. I'll see you at the signing ceremony, Sensei. Alright, thanks, Hina. And so another day passed. At least, at last, the day of the Eden Treaty signing had come. Let's see how this goes. Hello to all our viewers at home. This is the Chrono School of Journalism star reporter Kawari Shinon. We're live at the scene of the highly anticipated Eden Treaty signing ceremony. That's right, the Cathedral of Communion where Jihan Academy and Trinity General School are slated to officially sign the treaty. You could cut the tension in the air with a knife. Neither side is flinching in this intense battle of nerves. Yeah, they all look very nervous. It seems like a single misstep could lead to disaster. Can't you feel the sparks in the air? Historically, these two academies get along like cats and dogs, snakes and mongooses. Even now, this long-standing rivalry is boiling hot. Can the tree stop it from bubbling over? What's that? Stop babbling and say my Segoe? Segoe? What word is that? Segu? Oh, whatever. Say my Segu already? Okay, let's move on to the next shot before my producer really gets mad. What an imposing sight! The signing ceremony will be taking place later today at this historic cathedral. Why here of all places? According to our sources, this location was actually suggested by the top brass of Gehenna. Could it be because Trinity's first council has also held at this location so many years ago? Not according to our source. Supposedly, Gehenna wanted an event of this magnitude to simply take place at an equally powerful location. That's all there is to it, and it certainly fits the bill. I love it! Speaking of the first council, did you know that the commandments that were decided upon there were upheld by a powerful organization known as the St. Justina Council? Could that have been something to do with Trinity's sisterhood attending today's signing ceremony? The sisterhood has long abstained from involving itself with politics. What can motivate them to step out of the shadows now? Could they be positioning themselves as the successors of St. Justina Council, the organization that has now vanished into history? And what will become of the political storm sweeping through the Trinity Gender School? What's that? Want to keep things short and simple, or we're going to lose viewers? Well, my producer doesn't know how to abstain from cutting my time short. So much for freedom of the press. Hold on just a moment, folks. We seem to be experiencing technical difficulties. Once this Eden Treaty is signed, the top executives of the two academies will agree upon the creation of the Eden Treaty organization at the cathedral. At the time, the two academies have always been at odds, but will officially begin working together to settle the disputes. Signing at the cathedral shows each side is committed to upholding the treaty and perhaps even the sacred commandments. Put simply, this is the moment where when two of the largest and most prominent academies in Kavotos will finally join hands in peace. Which begs the question, what involvement does the General Student Council have with such a momentous occasion? Let's take a look back at the press conference that was held just yesterday. We'll now close by fielding questions. Excuse me, Chief Officer, does this mean that the General Student Council President is still missing? In short, yes. God, we haven't seen Rin since the very beginning. Jeez. Explain yourself. Why? Where is she? Public approval of the General Student Council is plummeting. What are your thoughts on this? She's eating. Can't blame him. Momoka. We have no comment to offer on the general public's opinions. What are your plans to slow down the what the fuck? Gentrification occurring in several districts. Is there a relationship between the decision to close the CRT Academy and the previous riot at Sanctum Tower? The speculation that part of the tower was destroyed. What are your thoughts on the tree between Trinity and Gehenna? The academies are responsible for overseeing the management of their own districts, as they always have been. The General Student Council will continue to take a hands-off approach to such matters. Yeah, because we don't have the time or manpower to get involved. Momika? Hush. I'm guessing that's the blonde that's talking to her. No further questions. There you have it! The General Student Council isn't concerning themselves with the treaty at all. How impartial of them, as non-partisan as always. Next, let's analyze the key personnel at each academy attending the signing ceremony. This place is rather crowded. Of course, today's the signing ceremony and classes were cancelled. Everyone's out celebrating. Kronos has been covering all the festivities. Kind of feels like we're in the middle of a festival. It sure does. Only since we're here to enjoy it with us, but they're busy with the Eden Treaty. Why did I get dragged out here too? Whatever do you mean? We're still clubmates after all. This is supposed to be the Make It Work Club's farewell party. It won't be the same without you here. Well, obviously, you couldn't have done it at all without me, and I worked hard too, you know. Anyway, I told you all that you're welcome to come hang out with me at the Justice Task Force whenever you want. I'm usually in the room where confiscated goods are stored. I'd love to come visit, Koharu. Sure, we'll be by soon to pick up my confiscated Kamatsutra. Kamatsutra. I don't know what that word. Yeah, you mean you both. What? What's that? Oh, it's just a boring piece of classic literature. I find it soothing to read by the fountain, but it was confiscated for some reason. Why would classic literature be banned? Wait, no! It must be something dirty if you were reading it. Burn it! Burn it with fire! But I borrowed it from the library. You'd be destroying school property if you burned it. Oh, Azusa. You've been carrying around your Professor Perot plush. Yes, I cherish him, of course. Of course he goes wherever I go. That's really sweet of you, but he doesn't have to be your only plush. The Momoverse is full of other cute characters to collect, too. Right. That could be nice. Which reminds me that a new Perot anime OVA released recently. Anime? It's supposed to be really inspirational. I heard the part where all the friends join forces to defeat the villain is especially touching. Spoilers. Ah, my bad! Forget everything I just said. So you like stories and have happy endings, me? Yeah, I guess so. But does that make me sound boring? It's not that they're bad, it's just kind of cliche. Think of all the stories you've experienced with it, or everyone lives happily ever after. I find a happy endings to be purely fictional as well. The world isn't so quick to change no matter how hard you try. That's reality. So you guys prefer more mature stories. I guess that makes me a little mundane too. Maybe I'm just a sucker for endings where everyone can still laugh and smile. Well, everyone has their own taste. My favorite kind of ending is when the heroine is mindlessly drooling and begging for forgiveness. What the hell are you talking about? What kind of ending is that? Are you sure you don't know? It doesn't bother me if you like happy endings, me. If you like them, then so do I. Oh god. Zusa! Well. There's something I've been thinking about. I want us all to get together with Sensei after the signing ceremony and unwind a little. That would be nice. It's been a while since I've had a casual conversation with Sensei. Yeah, I still wish Sensei could have joined us today. They should be at the cathedral right now. I can only imagine how hectic things are today. Oh, man, this is boring. Well, apparently it's not so hectic. Time. Excuse me, but this area is off limits. Yawning is also prohibited. Damn, dude! Strict rules! Authorized personnel only. Spectators need to stay behind that line. Last I checked, I am personnel. Hold on. Hey you, for the prefect team! Did you also just cross the line? Was that supposed to be some kind of joke? You're just a task force coordinates have been crossing the line all day. Is this Trinity brat trying to pick a fight? We'll teach you a lesson. Calling in reinforcements is plain dirty. Have it your way. Requesting backup. It's Tsurugi. What? It's their leader! I wasn't expecting you to come, President Tsurugi. Oh god. Excuse me, everyone. You mustn't fight here. We're here in the name of peace, remember? Fighting would defeat the purpose of the treaty, Miss Tsurugi. You three. This person is Sensei from Shale. Got it? Understood. I won't make the same mistake twice, ma'am. Thanks, Tsurugi. Thanks, Tsurugi. Sorry for all the trouble. You don't have to thank me. There are other things I have to do, so I'll be going now. And there she goes. Phew. She's a sweet girl deep down. Once you get through the terrifying exterior. Oh, you don't say. Thanks for your help too. You're not alright. Yes, I am. It's good to see you again, Sensei. We'd have been goners if not for the sisterhood. Oh, that? Not at all. I barely did anything back then. All I'm really good for is brute strength anyway. Will other sisters be in attendance too? Oh yes, Sakuraga's orders. You may have heard that our order is changing some of its internal stances lately. She may have believed that non-intervention is what led to the Tea Party incident, so we'll be more involved with external affairs now. Speaking of Sakurako, she should be arriving soon. The Sisterhood volunteered to help with the event by offering security and an escort for guests. So would it be alright if I guided you through the cathedral? Thanks, I'd like that. It'd be my pleasure. This place is something else. Surely, the historic Cathedral of Communion was beginning to fall by the wayside, but it underwent extensive renovations once it was decided to be the location of the ceremony. Nagisa made that decision along with Makoto from Shihena's Pandemonium Society. Still, the repairs were only made to the portions relevant to the event. Any further down, and it's still in ruins. Actually, I've heard that below the cathedral is a massive system of catacombs. Supposedly it goes on for tens of kilometers. No complete record of them exists, so it must have been unclear where it ended in the days of old. Oh, this place is blocked off. Must have been one of the areas that was too dangerous to renovate. You're kidding. Yes, we're standing at the site of the first council after all. The commandment agreed upon by the council are considered sacred. It's like I can feel the spirits of the commandment's guardians still lingering when I walk these halls. Guardians? All promises need to be accompanied with consequences if you break them, right? Otherwise, what incentive would someone have to keep them? The ones who bore that responsibility in the days of old were known as the guardians of the commandments. The legendary Saint Justina Council. Like the Justice Task Force of today. Yes, although specifically they're the Sisterhood's predecessors. Oh, it seems that Sakurako has arrived. Nagisa should be here shortly as well. I think we should head back, Sensei. This way. And the preparations? Just finished. Our car has been prepared to take you from the Pandemonium Society's offices to the cathedral. A car? What for? Makoto's showing off. It would seem the Pandemonium Society recently purchased a private blimp, and she would like to demonstrate the difference in authority, and as she crawls on the ground and she flies to the skies. As frivolous as ever. Not that it matters. Though I do find it amusing that she'd arrange a car for me after trying so long to block me from attending the ceremony. Iori and Shinatsu are waiting. Let's go. I understand why you're apprehensive, Akko, but I've already explained this to you. We're not dissolving the prefect team. We're fastening the shackles of the ETO onto the Pandemonium Society. Yes, I know. I want to believe the prefect team's future is still secure, and I know Makoto will be bound to some degree by the Tea Party's restrictions. It's you I'm worried about. That's enough for now. We can discuss this after the ceremony's over. Let's be off. Right. Would you look at that? Shihena's Pandemonium Society has arrived in their brand new private blimp. There she is, Shihena's head chair, Hanuma Makoto. Behold the grandeur and charisma of Shihena's leadership. I'm getting a lot of screenshots I'm gonna screen cap for later. It looks like the host of Trinity General Academy's Tea Party, Kirifuji Nagisa, has also arrived at the cathedral. Each academy's leaders are arriving one after the other now. Shihena's head prefect should be here shortly as well. Things are really starting to heat up, so don't touch that dial. Uh-oh. Are you ready? Yes, all done. Yeah, everything's taken care of. We're still on schedule. And what of contact with that doll? Sign language. Good. There shouldn't be any complications. This is it, huh? There's gonna be a lot of suffering, but it's the only way. Yes, this is the way of the world. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Cruise missile status. Launch request confirmed. Expected impact in T-minus 5 minutes. In teams 2 and 3. On standby in front of the passage. Green to enter the target area at the expected time. Enter as soon as the cathedral collapses. Misaki and Team 2 will handle Trinity's forces while Team 3 and Hiyori will face Shihena's. Roger. Team 2 is to keep its sight set on Tsurugi, and Team 3 must stay on top of Hina. Make sure not to lose them. Got it. The head prefect. As for Teams 1 and 5... Yes, from there you'll follow the passage to the basement. Your mission is the most important. Understood? Okay. Sign language. I know. Please hold it for as long as you can, Hime. What about you, Saori? I have business elsewhere. All but join Team 5 once it's taken care of. Break formation and advance. Oh boy. Azusa, where are you going? Don't embarrass her, she's obviously had to go to the restroom. But isn't it the opposite direction? Huh? Hmm? Did you hear something? What was that? Did it come from the sky? Something just flew right past us. Uh-oh. It's not over yet. No. It's only the beginning. Isn't it, Saori? Oh boy. Attack has begun. Day of Fire and Ash. Oh, that looks like a lovely screenshot right there. Ah! Stood it down! Stood it down! Breaking news! An unknown explosion has gone off at the cathedral! It's completely engulfed in flames! The steeple! It's collapsing! Nagi. Look out! Run away! What's happening? I don't see Azusa anywhere. Just the task force was there. Are they? Koharu, heat for me! We can't just go rushing over there. It's too dangerous until we know the situation. But what about Azusa? She and the Justice Task Force are perfectly capable of handling themselves. The rest of us can't afford to be separated. But... then what are we supposed to do? What just happened? An explosion? Are we under attack? The sound was something flying at high speed followed by impact. Could that have been a cruise missile? At speeds too fast for anti-air defense to intercept? Was it using a ramjet engine? But the only place in Kavos with that kind of tech is... No. That alone wouldn't explain the scale of damages. Was there an explosive planted in the cathedral from the beginning? Who could have laid such a trap? Trinity? The Sisterhood? Now is the time to think about that. I have to stay focused. Akka should be fine, but I have to move quickly. Sensei! That Hina girl's still standing. What do we do now? How are we supposed to contain someone strong enough to withstand that? If she's willing to fight, this is gonna hurt. We're gonna suffer. No excuses. Don't let Hina get away. Yes, I'll try. Her phone's dying. She's at 50%. Well, we have our orders. Sorry about this. The Arya Satellite School. We can't exactly let you leave. Move. Oh boy. Here comes the suffering. Oh boy. According to plan! What are you talking about? Anyone who would dare interfere with my plans, is gone. Not just the Tea Party, but that eyesore Hina as well. Don't you understand, Ira? This is a classic example of killing two birds with one stone. That's why I've been colluding with Trinity's bitter enemy, Arius, this whole time. I know everything from the very beginning. The Tea Party's internal struggles to the coup d'etat. All it has been building toward today. Coup d'etat? How long have we been conspiring this? That would mean you never intended to stun the Eden tree in the first place. That's right. I never had any interest in it. All I've ever cared about was disposing of the interlopers in my way. I only agreed to it to draw those Tea Party vermin out of their holes. And why not finally rid myself of Hina while I'm at it? Arius is so generous to offer this support. In fact, they're the ones who paid for the reinforced blimp. A symbol of our friendship, as they say. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Now then, contact Arius. Hina and Nagisa will never stand in my way again. The time is coming to wipe Trinity off the map once and for all. Makoto, you understand that Arius hates Gehenna even more than they hate Trinity, correct? Why would they ever agree to cooperate with us? They do? Which makes those containers over there that stay flammable and handle care on them all the more suspicious. I think they're explosives. I tricked you, Makoto. Oh, there goes the blimp. Team 2, report. Team 2 has entered the cathedral. We'll engage the Justice Task Force shortly. What about you, leader? I finished what I had to. Team 3 is currently engaging Hina. Team 5 is going underground as planned. Roger that. I'll be joining you soon. Oh boy. Trinity and Gehenna. The time has finally come to pay the price for this age-old hatred. Yes, in the name of paradise. We, Arius, will be the ones to pass judgment on you. Hey, it's Aruna. Sensei, wake up! Aruna? Are you okay? You need to get a hold of yourself. God, she hasn't been involved in the story since the beginning. What happened? There was an explosion and the cathedral collapsed. I did everything I could to protect you, but... I think I'm at my limit. I'm gonna run out of energy, so you have to wake up. You did what? You did what? You did what? Aruna? What was that just now? Oh boy. Sensei! You're okay. I can't move. Thank goodness. You were buried underneath the rubble. Hold on, I'll get you out. I'm glad my muscles are coming in handy at a time like this. There. Can you move? You don't seem to be too seriously hurt. It's a miracle you didn't sustain any serious injuries after an explosion like that. Sensei, you're alright! Oh boy. The Justice Task Force! Oh, your wounds. You should be more worried about yourselves than me. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. The other members have been incapacitated from the explosion, unfortunately. Nagisa, Sakurako, and the key personnel who are with them are missing. On top of that, I haven't spotted a single person representing Gehenna. What's going on? Confirming arrival at the targeted destination. Just a task force remnant spotted. No, correction. It's the core of their forces. Tsurugi and Hasumi sighted. Sending reinforcements. We'll be engaging shortly. The Arya Satellite School? Well, where did they come from? How did they get here? The perimeter should have been secure. It can't be. They must have come from underground. The catacombs below the cathedral. I see. So all this is Arius is doing, is it? You won't get away with this. You'll pay for your sins here and now. Hasumi? Try to stay calm. Yes, you're right. Thank you, Tsurugi. We need to prioritize Sensei's safety right now and get them as far away from here as possible. I'll take care of that. Sure. Let me be the one to get my hands dirty. Well then, line up and prepare to get exterminated. It's going crazy. Let's go, Sensei.
お疲れ様でした。
Right. What are those? They're so powerful. They don't show the slightest reaction even after sustaining all those attacks. Are they even alive? Or could it be... What is it, Hinata? I've read descriptions of it before. That's the council's attire. Council? What council? The St. Justina's Council. The Guardians of the Commandments who vanished hundreds of years ago. Oh boy. There aren't just a few of them. There are tens, no, hundreds of them in the surrounding area. It's the whole army. We've caught up with the targets, confirming status of the councils and ministries. So the treaty has been signed, and the deal with that doll was struck as well. Tsuko. That wooden doll is moving! How rude. I asked that you address me as maestro with all due respect to the arts. Well, you're much too young to be comprehend art anyway. And sadly, there's no hope for engaging in conversation with the two of us. You lack the intelligence, class, and experience. These are the qualities of a Komodo student. How disappointing. The only reason I'm helping you is because I find the ability to mimic the majesty of those guardians to be interesting. The lineage of the commandment at Guardians, I'm most unfortunate to witness the Royal Blood's mandates to be put into action. With this, my experiments are that much closer to attaining the sublime. It would be meaningless to bore you with any further. Now, lead me to the doctrines beneath the tourney as you promised. Over there, then. There's no vent to them. Just what are these things? What should we do? We still need to get Sensei to safety. That weapon sounds like... This way! Hina! It's Hina's pet prefect! Hiyori, you're unable to contain Hina? Sorry, we couldn't stop her. She knocked us down and slipped by us before the council could manifest. Justice Task Force, bring Sensei this way. There's no time. Understood. Sensei, please make your retreat to that direction while we hold off the enemy. The head prefect will lead you to safety. What about all of you? We'll be fine. Let us cover your escape route. Yes, the head prefect is right. This is our only option to prevent the worst from happening. But... Sensei, the Trinity's leadership has been completely wiped out. The Sisterhood and the Teapot are nowhere to be found. If something were to happen to you too, there's no way we'd be able to recover from this. That's why your safety is of the highest priority. Please! There's no time! Sensei! We're begging you, you have to go now! Guess we have no choice, do we? Head Prefect, make sure Sensei gets to safety. Of course. We don't have any way to resist those monsters right now, Sensei. Our only hope is to create a brief opening and escape through it. You're injured. It's nothing. I can handle. Nothing I can't handle. Follow me. Don't fall behind. I'm going to clear the path for us. Oh boy. Just her, huh? Yeah, just her. Nah, I miss you can't see because of the lag. After all my gotcha balls, I still don't have her as a unit. I have her swimsuit, but I don't have her.
勝利よ。次は何をしたらいい?
Hang on just a little longer, Sensei. There should be a car we can use just past here. There she is, it's Hina! Don't you know when to give up? Oh shit. Look at that HP bar. Holy fuck, dude. So that's some intense HP bar that they have. I'm thinking about that fight, because Sari's still standing quite a lot. Hina! The G-Hand Prefect has fallen. Finally. Despite she made it so far with those kinds of wounds. All key figures of Trinity and Johanna have been dealt with. You're the only one that remains, Sensei of Shale. And you all must be Arya's squad. Correct. We're a squad. It's good to finally meet you, and thank you for taking such good care of Azusa. She seems to be doing well. We'll have plenty of time to catch up with her soon enough. We signed a treaty on Trinity's behalf at the Cathedral of Communion. Why would you do that? Because in the name of Paradise, we, Arya Squad, will become the Eden Treaty Organization, a new armed force that will guard the treaty's sanctity. It was always meant to be our duty. That was the right to be given to us at the First Council. But Trinity saw fit to trample on that duty. We were persecuted and blamed for every conflict of the age, suppressed and made to be scapegoats. However, with the ETO's authority, we now have the power to designate who will be suppressed. Gehenna and Trinity have both already defiled the treaty in the moments after its signing. They're targets which must be eliminated. Can't be serious. Trinity and Gehenna will be erased from Kavotos. they will disappear together, just like the Commandment's guardians. And everyone will bear witness to the hatred we've harbored for the centuries after the First Council. But before that, there's one last element to take care of. So, this looks like they have a gun pointed at you. She said you would be the largest obstacle to our plan. Oh. Sorasaki Hina! How can you still move? Sina, this way! An ambulance? This way, Sensei. Take my hand. Don't think it'll be that easy. How can she still have this much strength? We lost them. That's fine. Hina may have tried her best to shield Sensei, but I can confirm Sensei was hit. They're now a denizen of Kavodos. Without a halo, it's only a matter of time before Sensei falls to death's embrace. Still, why would she go so far to protect Sensei? Are they truly that important? He may be signing something. Everything would have gone according to plan without Sensei. And Azusa wouldn't have betrayed us. Stomach. It's so hot. Listen closely, Sensei. You've been shot. Count yourself lucky that none of your vitals were hit, but you'll bleed out if we don't treat you. I'm going to start administering first aid. Don't be afraid to cry out if it hurts. I won't let you die. This is what the Medical Emergency Club is trained for. I'm going to pass out. Nice of you to join us. I didn't expect you to actually show yourself. You could have just run away. I guess it's been a while. Was it Azusa? Sure enough. How have you been, Azusa? Why? How dare you? You already know the answer to that. There's no place for you. Neither with Trinity nor Shale. There's no place in the world that accepts murderers like us. How dare you harm Sensei? Even if such a place existed, it would be fleeting and vanish in the blink of an eye, just as your Sensei has now. Everything is in vain, so why try to fight it, Shirasu Azusa? Sorry! She's mad! Even now, you're dozing away in a silent dream. I had no choice but to wake you from it then. I'll wake you from those dreams again and again, as many times as it takes. Now come! Oh well. She's gonna fight him? Oh boy. We're in trouble. Isn't this... Nice to meet you, Sensei. I'm Yurizono Seiya. We're in your dream. Or maybe this is my dream. Seiya. Ah, see, maybe this isn't our first meeting. That could be the case. The flow of time has become rather convoluted for me. Regardless, I'm glad to have this opportunity to speak with you. So, shall we begin unraveling the story? To be continued? No! Sweet lies! No! God damn it. This game's starting to get good too. Well, we got shot, we're in trouble. Kavodos is going to shit. Oh, fuck, why would you end it like that? Oh my god, talk about a dirty cliffhanger. I didn't even know when the second part comes out. Like before they gave a roadmap to all the stuff that's gonna be coming out, and I don't know when I'm not sure when the second half of the story will come out. But yeah, that's the first half of that chapter. So now we just gotta play the waiting game again. So, oh well, BlueStacks just gave out on me. Perfect time, right? But with that said, I'm gonna end it here, obviously, because I just crashed. So, I'm not sure. I think since I'm not sure when the next story part's gonna come out, I think the next things that's gonna be coming out are events that I still have to do. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next part. Later.